The Fire Within, a motivational story. In a forgotten corner of a small village, there lived a young boy named Aarav. He wasn't born into wealth. He was born into struggle. Every morning, he wore the same torn shirt, carried a bag stitched more times than it was bought, and walked barefoot on dusty roads that led him to dreams bigger than his reality. But inside Aarav's heart, there burned a silent fire, a dream so bright that not even hunger could dim its light. When he spoke about his dream, people laughed. They said, "Look at you. You can't even afford lunch, and you talk about changing the world?" Their words cut deep. But Aarav learned something that day. When people laugh at your dreams, it only means your dreams are bigger than their imagination. One evening, as the sun melted into the river, an old man named Guru Prakash found him sitting by the bank, lost in thought. He asked softly, "Why such sadness and eyes that should be shining with hope?" Aarav replied, "Because they all say I can't, that I'm just a poor boy who should stop dreaming." Guru smiled, pulled out a small stone, and threw it into the water. "Do you see those ripples?" he said. "One small stone can move an entire river. Your dream, my boy, is that stone. If you throw it with courage, nothing can stop its waves." That night, Aarav didn't sleep. He looked at the stars, and for the first time, he felt they were looking back, as if whispering, "Keep going." From the next morning, everything changed. Aarav worked at a tea stall after school. He washed dishes, delivered tea, and studied under the dim light of a kerosene lamp. Every drop of sweat became an investment in his future. He failed many times, but he never gave up. Days turned into months, months into years, and that boy who once had holes in his shoes now opened a small mobile repair shop with his first savings. He treated every customer like a king. He saved every coin like gold. He learned, he grew, and step by step, his little shop became a store, and his store became a company. Years later, he stood on the balcony of his new office building. The same villagers who once mocked him now waved from below. And when Guru Prakash visited, Aarav bowed deeply and said, "You taught me how to throw the first stone, Guruji. The river did the rest." Guru smiled. "No, my child. The river only moved because you believed you could make a ripple. So if you're listening to this today, and the world tells you your dream is too big, smile, because only small minds mock big visions. Keep throwing your stones of effort. Keep believing, even when no one else does. Your destiny isn't written in your wallet, and Aarav's will was made of iron." As the years rolled on, life kept testing that will, over and over again. Because success doesn't come and stay quietly. It comes with storms that test if your roots are strong enough to hold your dream. When Aarav's business began to grow, challenges grew with it. Customers increased, so did responsibilities. Some people who once mocked him now came close, not to support him, but to take advantage of his kindness. He was betrayed by someone he trusted with his company funds. It broke his heart, not because of the money, but because it came from the very person he helped rise from poverty. That night, Aarav sat alone in his dim office, staring at his reflection in the glass window. He whispered, "Maybe Guruji was wrong. Maybe I was never meant to go this far." Then his eyes fell upon a small object on his desk, the same stone Guru Prakash had once given him by the river. He picked it up, turned it slowly in his hand, and smiled weakly. "No," he said to himself. "The world can take my money, but it will never take my belief." He tightened his fist around the stone and closed his eyes. In that moment, he remembered every sleepless night, every moment of hunger, every insult he had turned into motivation. That memory reignited the fire. The next morning, Aarav walked into his office with new energy. He didn't chase revenge, he chased growth. He rebuilt what was broken, and this time, he built it stronger, smarter, and safer. He started hiring young people from villages, kids who had dreams but no guidance. He trained them personally, taught them the same lessons Guru Prakash once gave him. He would say, "Money can build walls, but knowledge builds bridges." and bridges last longer than walls. Soon, his small company became a brand known across cities. Arun became a name people respected not just for his success, but for his humility, his kindness, and his discipline. But even then, he never forgot the boy he once was. Every morning before work, he'd visit the same old tea stall, not to drink tea, but to remind himself where it all began. One day, as he sat there quietly, a young man approached him, nervous, shy, and carrying a tattered notebook. "Sir," he said, "I've read every article about you. You're my inspiration, but my parents want me to stop chasing my dream. They say it's impossible." Arun looked at the boy and smiled. "Impossible," he said softly. "That's what they told me too. But tell me, what's your dream?" The boy hesitated. "I want to build a machine that turns plastic waste into bricks for houses." Arun stood up, his eyes bright. "Then you already have your dream. Now you need courage. Because the world doesn't lack dreamers, it lacks believers." He took out a small envelope from his pocket and handed it to the boy. "Take this as your first investment. But promise me one thing. Never stop, even when it feels pointless. Every great thing starts small, just like a ripple in the river." The boy teared up, nodded, and walked away with renewed faith. And Arun just smiled, because he knew what it meant to find that one person who believes in you, when the whole world doesn't. Months later, news spread that the boy had succeeded. His invention was helping poor families build affordable homes. Arun's heart swelled with pride. He realized that the dream Guruji planted in him had now grown into a tree giving shade to others. That evening, Arun drove back to his village. He walked to the riverbank, the same place where it all started. The air was cool, the water calm, and memories flooded his mind. He could almost hear Guruji's voice again. "One small stone can move an entire river." He took the same stone because deep inside, Arun knew one truth. The world will always doubt dreamers. But dreams are what change the world. And if you ever stand on a dark road wondering if your efforts matter, remember Arun. Remember the boy who had nothing but a dream and turned it into light for thousands. Arun's fire never died, it simply spread. And that's what happens when you protect your purpose. Feed your passion and believe that one small ripple can move the entire river. It's written in your will. This is not just Arun's story. It's the story of anyone who dares to dream despite the noise. If his journey touched you, share this message with someone who needs a spark today. Like this video, comment, and subscribe to Stoical Mentors where your dream below. And remember, the fire within you is stronger than the world outside you.